I thought it would be fun just to watch me flap around in the wind and be a Murphy. So we'll get some droid stuff out and we'll just make it do anything. Just make it do anything. We'll start over with a new one, right? JavaScript. We could do some templates. Yeah, maybe we just were playing around, get for feelsies down. But I feel pretty. I'm alright. I might have to take another run at Memo and just do some of this other stuff. Which one is it? I think it's this. Again, get some body. This is the order in which Memo will teach you how to do Hello World, essentially. Because really, where else are you doing it? There's not really a connection between these two things, right? And I've done this before. I've played this through, didn't obviously finish it, but it's because you don't really get the fundamentals behind this. Again, when you get in this far through it, between I really don't need boldness right now. Those are specialty M2 characteristics off of the basic vocation. I need a box. I need a notepad. I need a way for this to be a web page real quick if that needed to be it, or a button or a separate page, because those things are the big things. And you can make that a game real easy, I think. It seems like it's got the standards for it. I mean, you come in here, click this, it'll give you something to look at as you're building, right? Because you want the Dalport daily, Dalport all the time. Get you, okay, that's how you get it on a page. This is in which that formation starts to do things where it's going to come up on the video card here, the CPU, to the ROM corruption, because eventually you'll hit a limit, right? And not being able to go any farther than that. This screen, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't go down any farther. Maybe it just compresses. Maybe it jumps over. Who the hell knows? I don't think that this is anywhere near sensible in terms of what designing is. And again, these are two separate elements away from each other in the way that they're designed, right? You're going to start to come in here, learn designing from the first set inside here. What's an HL or HTLM? Um, and this is what it gives you. And that's, I guess, fantastic, because you're going to have to do button. You wouldn't know. All but trial and error inside here to get that right. And you could get that wrong 3-4 times, not know until finally the error, and you're right. Okay, so you get that right. You run it in here. This isn't helping you type anything. And I'm not, to be fair, because we just did that one about Python, about them taking you to the Hurt Locker on this kind of system right here. Button. Where's the button? I should be able to button in here, right? You would think that's going to pose some button. I thought I had some button. Yeah, button right there. Now, again, they don't do a lot for you. So as to the connection on those things, I think we're far, far short on what the design for a real programmer. Because the first thing I'm going to do, I make the joke often. I know a lot what I'm doing here. The joke being Python. Sorry. Hold on. The joke being Python programming in sorry Python programming, you see, is something I understand very, very well. I like very, very well. Like, to the point where it's these kinds of marshmallows as my outputs. Okay, that's the big saws on the Pythons, usually cutting those up, but you can do the same thing with different types of bridge saws and standards like that. And that is definitely in the way, obviously, what we're trying to replicate here, which is way off, like way off by grades and years of the Common Core critical theory on what makes this thing go round, people. So I think it's something at least we need to take note in for what element this is, what bracket. Obviously, there's some heavy duty stuff involved. Just right here in Remember, I'm a fairly decent, I like to think of myself as a fairly intelligent person. I mean, this stuff makes sense to me. I understand it, like why it makes sense at the 888 chip level, the pin chip configuration, timing loops, and a bunch of other stuff, which you're going to find right here into why this even works at all. And it amazes me how it's like punching a brick wall. And I just want somebody out there to take that into consideration for me, would you please? And, help make this out into something way more smoother. Be great.